What's up, all my beautiful peoples? It's the Kid Karan.
Oh wait, yeah.
And I'm on my way to the craft. And if you don't know what the craft is, you're about to find out. It's a dope ass web series my homeboy been putting together. And this episode, I'm in it. So yeah.
So what it is, man, highlighter, you know what I'm saying? At highlighter, HYLYDA.
Oh wait, yeah.
Coming from the A all the way to Alabama for the craft. You know how we do, man. Show you how to perfect your skills.
It's your boy Chi World.
Oh wait, yeah.
Man, we just pulled up. Finna be in this show called The Craft, man. I hope y'all like what we got in store for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we finna go check this thing out right now.
So it's your first time hearing the beat?
Nah, I know y'all finna make this junkie classy. I said, let me go ahead and see what I can do with y'all.
I be hating, bro, because I want to be able to do this shit. I can't think of my shit without writing it, bro.
Oh, it's the same thing, bro. I know folks try to make it sound cool, but it's the same thing.
Like,
Take 3 bars.
oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Gotta let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, got a glow. Oh, 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 I let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, got a glow. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Bob your heads if you rockin' with the crowd. Discussing serious topics, the stuff that make you laugh. Informational and necessary, we do it all. Writing our own stories, cause they always drop the ball. Exemplified talents, we control the way we look. This ain't a clickbait site, man, it's off the hook. So check it, this ain't the drama field, all about a dollar bill. This is black excellence, something that you gotta feel. Bob your heads if you're rockin' with the crowd. Bob your heads if you're rockin' with the crowd. Grab a seat, go ahead, pull up a chair. Oh yeah, it's the craft.
Hey guys, so we're here hanging out at the craft, and it's time to get into the craft conversations. And today we're hanging out with some amazing artists. Guys, y'all excited to be here?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Very much so.
So I have one question for you all. What inspires you to perfect your craft?
I think for me, it started out being like the perception I was getting from people. Cause like, I love creating like music, period. But then, like once I started putting it out and showcasing to people, like this is what I love to do. And they're like, hey bro, you good at that, you know what I'm saying? Like you hard, keep going. Or just anybody, they might share a video or drop a comment like, alright, so I ain't the only person that think this way. Maybe I do need to try to fine tune and cultivate this so I can create a platform for myself to do anything else that I want to do with a gift that I have.
So you have a story to tell.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I think for me, I guess I'm the cliche answer. My kids, are like my total motivation. So for me, I would say just my kids.
Yeah, I think the positive feedback adds to the grind, and it just motivates you to want to do it more. So it just like put a magnifying glass on just staying motivated to do what you love. You know what I'm saying? When people be like, "Oh, that's dope. You good at that." It just other than you doing something and you don't hear nobody giving you no type of feedback, and you feel like, maybe I ain't good at what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe I need to change.
You know what I'm saying? So when you got people saying like, dang, you great, man, keep that up, that just adds to the hunger. You know what I'm saying? And it adds to your confidence. It adds to your confidence as well. So I just think the positive reinforcement had a lot to do with it too.
He's at fire.
I think for me, in addendum to what he said, I think once you discover what it is that you love to do, it's like you have to do that thing or you'll die.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I think at a certain point it starts to pull on you, or you don't feel fulfilled. So I think the thing that drives me out, it may have started out as my kids, as April said, or or just the fact that my family, it came from the other side of the tracks, and I wanted more for my kids or more for my life. But once I tapped into that thing, it's like, I don't care what my kids do. I don't care how much money I got. I'm going to get this thing out of me or else I'm going to die. Like, it's part of me. You know, it has become part of me. I've taken it on as my identity.
I don't want to do nothing else but write. Or like if I'm not in the mode to write, I don't feel like doing nothing else. I don't want to go out. I don't want to kick it with y'all. I had recorded a song in like 2 months. I don't want to do nothing, but it be just different stuff that put you back in that zone. But I couldn't see myself doing nothing else neither.
Now you right, because I always think like, what if I die before I get to show the world what I'm great at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that should motivate you to be like, man, I should just do it, because you can die any moment. With something inside you that could have changed the whole universe. It could have just, something you put out into the universe could have changed the outlook on anything. But you were so trapped by your own fear and your own doubtfulness that you don't even put you out there. And who's to say you was gonna be the next Obama, Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying?
First you here. You can be the first you.
First you. Yeah. The first you. But if you never put yourself out there, like, to your full potential, like, how you would never know what you're capable of. You might be better than the people you look up to. You know what I'm saying? But I think fear hold a lot of people back, because you got people that's like, well, dang, I would want to chase this dream, but I ain't got time because I got to go to work. And they rather, people in this generation, we got more faith in working for somebody else than starting their own business. Like, people be like, no, but it's a consistent check I'm getting right here. I can't leave this and try to do the little.
There's no grind.
They believe in the sincerity of it.
Yeah, they believe in security of something that's not officially security. Because you can get fired at your job. But you ain't gonna fire you.
It's about work ethic. Yeah, it's what you're willing to put yourself into. Yeah. Most people, it's easy for them to just plug into what's already established, because starting at the bottom and creating a chain of business, you know, like you think about like McDonald's and Coca-Cola. By the time we heard about it, they've already been established 20 years. Well, who lives that long? You know, to see it. Some people don't even see the fullness of their vision until after they've already demised. You know, they're gone, and it's like their legacy is what's leave on. But the main thing of all of us, I feel like that starting something that's never been done before is the legacy. You want to think about, what am I leaving for the next generation? And so I think
that segues into another question that I have to my artists. How do you feel about being like, to artists out there who are watching the craft? How do you tell them, okay, you need to be signed or stay independent? What is your thoughts and opinion on that?
My personal thought on that and opinion is, staying independent is probably, nowadays, back then it probably wouldn't have been the best thing to do, but now, I mean, I went from selling CDs out of my book bag on college campus. So that's a different grind. I actually paid for whatever college, all that good stuff. But now, with him, for example, 150,000 subscribers, like, on YouTube. So it's an avenue now for independent artists. You can make your own brand. You can build. You don't need a label per se. They're going to do the same. You ask a label, what can you do for me that I can't do for myself? It's going to take me longer to do what you can do. But at the same time, you can't offer me studio time. I got a studio. You can't offer me a graphic designer. More than likely, I got a graphic designer. I know somebody. Like, everybody's doing their own thing on the independent level. So a label, that's why they was losing money. So now the 360 deals come along. They say, hey, we got to start getting a piece of everything. Ringtones, show money, endorsements, because they were losing on the back end because people are getting smarter now with the artistry. So independent is probably the best route, and you keep your identity, to keep your rights to your music. So that's for me, that's the best route. I feel.
For me, I would say sign. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Depending on where you come from. Yeah. Because you can be independent, but if you ain't got that fan base, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So coming from where you coming from, you know what I'm saying? If you coming from a place like Dothan, you need you know what I'm saying? You need somebody to give you that push. The label's gonna give you that push. You can still do your own thing, you know what I'm saying? But It's all like in the paperwork, basically, for real. That's how I look at it. Independent is good, you know what I'm saying? Everybody need to do their own independent thing, but somewhere, sometimes you're going to need, you know what I'm saying, that little push, because, you know, like, where you from?
But the thing about labels, they only want you after you done got the buzz. So either way it go, you still got to do the groundwork. You got to build your own fan base for them to even notice you as an artist. So what people need to realize, all my independent artists, they need to understand that it ain't going to happen overnight. And we tend to, if we don't see instant results, we tend to be like, oh dang, let's quit then, man. Let's quit rapping, bro. Ain't nobody liking our video. But no, it be people who will push a single for 2 years. And when we find a hit, we be like, dang, that's the new hit. But to them, nah, that's that song I've been pushing for 2 years. I've been traveling the world trying to push this song. I've been setting up my own shows so people can get familiar, because for every artist, I know we see them as, oh, that's Gucci Man, oh, that's Bow Wow, oh, that's Lil Wayne. And we see these people, I'm just saying, we see these big name people and we be like, dang, so as soon as they get on stage, that's the type of feedback they gonna get. But you don't know when you first get on stage, ain't nobody they gonna stand and stare at you like you just an alien or something, because they don't know you. But what you gotta do for them to know you is go through that. You gotta be willing to put in that work and grind, because you will never be known or recognized if you're not putting in that consistent, I'm in your face with it.
But then again, it depends on where you want to go in the music with it too. Because at the same time, you can be independent, big, that's like Kevin Gates, dog, this and that. But if they ain't getting like, you know, a nominated for nothing, because they independent, you know what I'm saying? That's why Nipsey Hussle had to sign.
I'd be cool with that.
He wasn't getting nominated for nothing. After a while, they get tired. Like, what you doing it for?
Oh, you can get nominated and be independent. Look at Chance the Rapper.
I mean, yeah.
He nominated, but what I'm trying to tell you,
he had help with that too.
Yeah. What I'm trying to tell you,
and what he went
it's
with,
not about the labels. It's about how you get the people behind you. Cause you can get nominated being at your house. It ain't about a label. It's the reason I got nominated. It's about this unknown person just got 8 million streams. We all got access to the platform any artist use. Gates got a YouTube. Gates got an iTunes. Gates got a SoundCloud. Guess what we got as independent artists? We got YouTubes. We got SoundClouds. I mean, Chance the Rapper got all these things, and he's an independent artist, whether we like to believe that or not. He might have took a deal now, as far as it made sense with endorsements and things like that. But as far as his success,
that's what I'm saying.
He's independent.
Like certain people, you're gonna need like that deal for like endorsements. There's some things you can do
and then
by yourself, but
one thing about a deal, that's what they want you to think. They want you to think you need them, but you gotta think they need the talent to even be a label.
So it's a vice
so
versa
meaning
thing.
They want you to believe you need them so you can make money off your gift and have to cut them some bread. That's just like you being a famous cook. I mean, you can cook like amazing, but I'm like, dang, he can cook, but he ain't got no sense. So you know what I can do? I can be like, oh man, I'm gonna give you a deal, $2 million, and then I'm thinking my whole time like he gonna make that money back to me in 2 months. He don't know that. He gonna look at that upfront money and not think and be like, oh, I'm winning. But he don't know he gotta pay me back. It's like a student loan.
Yeah.
I'm a pimp, bro. A deal, when you ever put yourself in a mind frame of I need. That's how people think. Cause deals is the same thing as working at, like we said, McDonald's, a well-established place. You hear Warner Brothers and you think, well, that name, I'm gonna sign anything they throw at me. They can throw you some bullshit. They know that name gonna make you jump at it.
So what I'm hearing, I think, from both sides in this aspect of the conversation is, at the root of it, it's like, what are you doing it for? So he was over here, he was saying the awards and what Chance Rapper's got in that way, and you're saying stay independent so you have your freedom to do what you want to do and you control who you are because of your fan base. So with that, how do you protect yourself copyright wise once, if you do sign, do they own everything you have once you stay independent?
How do you look at the paperwork.
Okay.
This how you protect yourself like this. You make yourself knowledgeable, because anytime you're dealing with anything dealing with you, you should have 100% knowledge on it. It shouldn't be,
and own it.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like I come to you and I be like, okay, or your car, I got to do this and do this to it, so you're gonna have to pay me $10,000. You should really do the research yourself and make sure I'm not overcharging you. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, as of artists, we forget that it's 90% business. So if you ain't got your business together for your personal self, you finna get messed over. And a lot of artists, they jump at it because they think, oh dang, I'm not worthy. Really, they think I'm not worthy of this opportunity, so I have to take it. So basically,
No Addition story.
Yeah, and then you notice a lot of artists, after they get on, that's when they have the most complaints. That's why you hear them talking about some, man, I hate this person I signed to. I should have never did that. Because they got the knowledge after they done made the mistake. When you supposed to learn the game first before you jump in it. So at the end of the day, you should never trust nobody to have more knowledge than you about you. And that's what a lot of people do. That's why they run to like, bro, when a deal come, I'm going to take that. And no, you got to understand, they want to give you a deal for a reason. If they're offering you $1 million, they know they can make more than that. Because ain't nobody finna offer nobody a deal knowing they ain't finna make their money back.
And look, they know he's struggling. So I can offer him
anything.
They done research your type of music, your background, your different certain things, and they like, you know what? He's struggling.
I lied, not music, so.
But hey, not even that. It's beyond just the music. They really research your life. Like whatever you know what I'm saying? They look at all of that. They're like, they watch you for a minute. You never know who's watching. They study you. So what it is, they like, okay, busy, all right, bet. He got a clothing line he trying to start. Okay. That's another asset we can take over too.
We can get a percentage off that.
It's all of that. And then like why LL Cool J, I believe, why he was on Def Jam so long, because his contract said option. And what that is, I have an option to keep you however long I want to and drop you whenever I want to.
Why work so hard for freedom just to be a slave again? That's why people start their own businesses, because they feel like, I want to be free. I want to be able to say, if my kids got a game, I ain't got to say, can I get this day off? But you got to understand, once you done signed this deal with this label, you can't do that.
You can't.
They like, well, you know what? My family need me. And they like, well, Bees, we got you scheduled for these 9 shows. You got to go. We got you scheduled for this interview. That's what you notice when you hear these. You know when you hear these rappers at these interviews, and we be like, damn, why they so pissed off? Because they didn't want to be there. They had to be there. They had to be there because they label said, look, you scheduled for this.
That's the 4th interview today.
So basically, you was a slave at your regular job, but now you this mega star. So you finna be a overworked slave. Hey, ho, get on this stage, get on that stage, go to that interview, do this, you gotta do this, this gonna make you look good, get out there. They gonna work you because guess what? You ain't even Bees no more. You a brand. They looking at you like a machine. That's why you got folks passing out on stage. Because they are overworked slave. And my whole thing about it is, we're so talented as a black people, all we got to do is what we doing now. We can give information. You can tell me something that I don't know. She can tell me something I don't know. I can share what I know, and we pass that, and eventually we'll figure out like, dang.
Why are we? I have a question. Why are we so fearful as black people to share knowledge? Why is it so competitive?
We don't want to see the next person on top.
Why though?
You know why? Because that's been projected on us.
We're conditioned that way. It's the whole generation. We weren't allowed to read or write. So
when does it stop though?
We stop it.
We have the knowledge, right?
I think it stops with understanding between people. Because if I stop looking at you like he dark skin, you light skin, hey, she gonna talk to you before I talk to her, so let me go over there and holler at her real quick. Or just the way that we look at each other, putting the short against the tall, the big against the skinny, the light against the dark. That shit.
And it's simply.
I think people assume that's what happened. And they assume to themselves. Like, people would sit by themselves, and just like, if I didn't know, bro, I'd be like, oh, he don't mess with me.
Yeah.
So, shoot, since he don't mess with me, I'm going to just stay out his way, he stay out of mine. Who's to know we wind up being the best of friends, making money together.
It's our community.
But that's how folks see it. They'll sit there and let their fear create an image on somebody else, and they'll start stereotyping, and that breaks up something that could have been. You know what I'm saying? Because people do that, whether you believe it or not, they just sit and be like, okay, she probably be bougie. He act like he better than everybody. He ain't want to mess with me because I ain't that type of dude. He don't like me. I know how he looked at me.
I ain't gonna lie.
And it really starts with us. Like a lot of times we get caught up in wanting to make it a big thing. Like, yes, as a black community, we all have to come together and have those conversations. But okay, within my family and my friend group, this is what we're doing. So we couldn't be in a room with amazing artists and not have them showcase their craft. So check out this next clip.
Gotta let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow. Let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow. Unapologetic, and I love how you walk in your truth. Execute with grace and power, that's why they imitate you. Ooh. I gotta love Jones for your body and your skin tone. Melanin rich, sweet chocolate so decadent. All them curves from your brain to your hips, come take me on the trip. So insightful whenever we sip, I'm lost in your abyss. Quench my thirst with your knowledge, I've been so thirsty, you see. They admire you from your bust, but you my Nefertiti. See, weekly, I've been counting down days, hours, and minutes to give you about a month of this black love. I'm feeling like the moon don't shine bright enough for you. Illuminating the dark, that's the end of my B.O.U. Smart, clever, and she thicker than a bowl of cheese grits. Treat her like my favorite song, and I know how to remix. Create our own wave and leave them other fishes seasick. Your hair defying gravity, Ripley's couldn't believe it. Whatever your desires are, please just let me appease it. She's perfection of the physical, baby, she's it. Gotta let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow. Let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow.
To witness it. No sunburns through your photosynthesis. A mind so intricate, one of a kind design template. Looking for love as an emphasis. Lost your innocence, feeling like mirrors don't show resemblance. Ridiculous, see only feel your worth when it's dick in it. Job versus purpose, what you conflicted with. Take your crown back, you don't need no permission slip. Blood run through every woman, it shouldn't be immigrants. Soul in your body is so sacred, I should be kissing it. On your independent-ish, I get it, miss. So strong but yet sensitive, your heart gotta be gentle with. If you fall, get up again, come back harder. Same ones dissing black women, got black daughters. Brenda had a baby and became a single mother, but it was love at first sight when they seen each
Excuse
other.
me, madam, may I have this dancing metaphysical romance? I'm grateful that you took this chance with me. I see that we could possibly have something grand. Allow me just to take your hand. I'm more than just a simple man. The worst I speak, you know they God. Like if I don't come correct, hold me accountable. Holistic remedies if you ever get sick of me. Ginger honey for lemon squeeze, bring the strongest man to his knees. Cause your love is so bittersweet, bearing fruit from a family tree, from a seed we planted. I like them nasty like Janet, can you overstand it? Respect is to be demanded with a love so candid. All that hating get reprimanded, chemistry organic. Join forces and do the damage. My baby, my lady, my queen, and as plain as it seems, she too loyal to let her just to who lacking in the vein. And across the nation. Gotta let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow. Let you know, she fine as hell, she my Melanin Monroe. Lights, camera, action, she be ready for the show. Sophisticated, educated, gotta glow.
Okay, so our artists are amazing, right? So if you listen to the song, you know that our kind of the meat of it was about Black women. So I have a question for my artists and for our people hanging out with us. Y'all think y'all ready for my question? Okay, so here's my question. So we all know, we've grown up listening to hip hop and rap music and R&B. We've grown up listening to that. So we know that over the years and even now, the language of it can be very derogatory. So where do we think that's rooted from? Is it something that we're holding on to as a community, or is it something within the labels or within society as a whole?
I think that's something that's being marketed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because one thing the labels know, we have more control over the outcome of our own people. Mm-hmm. So if you just keep hearing something on the radio, eventually that'll feed into your soul. Just like a lot of people go on a diet and junk and making sure they eating healthy, it's the same thing with music. Music is for your soul, so whatever you're putting into your ear is going to eventually feed into your soul, which is going to change how you is as a person.
Right. So with the derogatory language, how does that affect the relationships between, does it affect, do we think it affect, or how has it affected over the years the relationship between Black men and Black women?
I think it affected in a major way because it gives people like this preconceived notion. Oh, females only about the money, females only about what you got, which in a lot of cases that I have seen is not true. And I think it just comes with like a lack of understanding. Because it's like, if ain't nobody showing you nothing different, you grew up in the house and your mama the only one there, she handling everything. You ain't gonna have no like sort of respect for authority figures like a male trying to tell you, hey, you need to do right by that woman, because you ain't never seen nobody do right by no woman. So it's gonna be naive for you. It's like a foreign concept for me to love this female and treat her respectfully. All I've been hearing is fuck bitches getting money for my 23 years of living. You feel me? 21, however you might be. So I think it's based off life experiences, and like you said, that's what's making money right now. So that's the image they try to push off on a lot of people, which it ain't really good.
Yeah, it's messed up. And it's sad, if you notice, they only project garbage in our music. But if you listen to country music, you listen to rock, they make sure they put a message in there, and you won't hear nobody on the country song saying, I got bitches, I got money. You won't hear that. But you will hear it with our music. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then if you look at what's going on in our generation and our people and our younger people, if you think about it, it's only what they're hearing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people feel they gotta do what their favorite rapper is saying so they can be accepted by everybody else. Oh, my favorite rapper said you gotta get you a brick. So a lot of people don't even sell drugs, but want to get a pack and sell it to somebody just to say, I sold some work. I moved some work now. Oh, my favorite rapper smoking weed. Oh, dang, I gotta hit me a blunt at least one time so I can say I did it.
Mm-hmm. My question is, you keep saying that they project that. They project that in our music. But if you're the artist, and as we spoke about before, independent artistry, if you're an independent artist, so you have sole control over what you put out there. So is it that they're projecting it, or is that you're projecting it because that's what you feel like the people are accustomed to hearing?
A lot of people tend to fall in that category of being a follower because they see it as, well, dang, this rapper got on doing this. So now everybody has set in their mind, I gotta make this lane of music. That's why you got a lot of people that sound like a lot of people because they feel like this is getting accepted. And it's the only way I can be accepted. Because you got to think, the most ignorant person in the world is getting the biggest check. Because what labels want to do, they know if we control your mind, we got you. You know what I'm saying? If we dumb you down, you will have less knowledge on what's really going on. Just like I was saying with the taking a deal. Because people feel like, I don't know the business side. I don't know. So the more you don't know, they know that. So they thinking, okay, people what can we make popular?
People be so afraid of thinking for themselves. It's like they'll leave the club and make a song exactly like what they're hearing. And as far as like being derogatory towards black women, I just try not to as far as the music I create, because I have a daughter that's black. My mama's black. So, you know what I'm saying? It's weird to me that you would sit here and get on a public platform and bash women. Like, I can't tell nobody about their personal experience. We've all been hurt before. I done been hurt by a black woman or just a female in general. You done hurt somebody else too. But just like on a grand scale, I feel like we should hold ourselves accountable more and stick together. Yeah. Because it's like, once you put that out there, it's gone. You can't get that back. That way, whatever you said about that female, derogatory, however it may be, you can't take that back, bro.
But it's not only on y'all, because I'm going to be honest with you, like low key, behind the scenes, and I'm a very classy woman, but behind the scenes, sometimes we be getting off on that stuff. I mean, like, and it is, I think, something that's become part of. I'm serious. I mean, I'm just real about it. Like, you know, we identify sometimes with those things, even if we're not that style of woman, even if we're not that type of woman, we identify with those things sometimes. Because sometimes it's just, I don't know if it's the track, something be hitting hard. And then everybody has an alter ego. I feel like everybody has a side to them. There's something about what you're saying. They might kind of almost sort of kind of like that, you know, about what you're saying. So I'm not just putting it off on y'all, but I'm just asking at what point, who will be the pioneer to kind of reroute the way our culture view things, because they say that music is like a universal language. And if that is the case, at what point do you guys write something different, or singers, artists, whatever, we write something different that will bring love back into our culture? Because like you said, country music, they sing about love, they sing about unity, they sing about, and there's nothing more powerful than unity in a household. But we don't project that in music. We project something totally different. Independency, you know, if it's a woman artist, female artist, she's talking about how she making her own money, how she doing it by herself, how she raising her kids, what she had to do. And we don't talk about that guy. We don't talk about, and if we do, it's in a derogatory way. So at what point will we be the pioneer to bring that back into our culture?
I think it'll take time, but I think a lot of it stems from just we're angry. We just hate to admit that. We angry, we frustrated, and at the end of the day, we ain't got no self-love. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you listen to what you want to listen to. Because there's music out there that folks still talking about.
Yeah, it's music out there.
So it's like you choose what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's hard to find.
It's harder to find that music.
It's not on the, like you said,
because we got more trash
for bashing.
I mean,
when you read a book, read a book, you want to hear all the negative stuff, right? Yeah. That's gonna make you stay in that book. Yeah. What book have you read that's so positive and make you want to keep reading? There ain't too many books out there like that. You want to hear she pregnant, she on her third baby daddy.
But you
want to hear all crazy? Of that negative drive.
You know what's so crazy? It ain't even just music.
Reality TV.
Yeah, but you notice it's only being done to our culture, to our people. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll give us a TV show and we gonna get on that show and show our ass.
Love and hip hop.
They'll give us a record deal and we gonna get on them tracks and talk trash. Like it's only project, and until we get our people together and we recognize that, because just like you said, like we all should, like Karan said, we all should be held accountable.
Yeah, we're in control of it.
Like for what we're doing, and the only way we can turn this whole thing around is, okay, since I can't make everybody do right, what can I do? Because we're only in control of us. What can I do? What am I?
Also, we're gonna need that help as artists to. I mean, like you said, y'all be grooving to it sometime, but you gotta promote that song that's bashing you. I mean, you gotta promote the positive song that we uplifting you more than the one that's bashing you. So you gotta create a.
But can you
create
a DNA to it?
Can you what?
Dance to it? Can you?
And you know it's so crazy.
But this is the thing. A beat is just a beat. Yep. Yeah. Whatever words you put on it, that's you made that change. You know, like we was talking earlier, you got gospel artists that rap on secular beats, which is no such thing as a secular beat. It's just a beat. So what content you put on it changes the whole thing. Like I try to do that the best way I can. I want that club sounding. I want the 808s. I want it knocking, but I want to be talking about something real or something positive. So 9 times out of 10, when you done had your second shot or whatever, you ain't really listen to the words anyway in the club. You worry about the beat, and you don't even know. Like you said, you feeding your soul. Yep. Gradually feeding your soul, and after a while, you like, okay, it may not change the world, but if you turn one person around on their path, you may have did your job for that day or for that song. Yeah. Let's move to the next one, and it just gotta grow. It's gotta be promoted more. That's all.
And another thing too, it just turned into an addiction. Cause sad to say, the music that's more hurtful is the more it just sounds better.
People saying what you want to say, but you don't want to say it to nobody. But they saying it, so you like that song.
Misery Love Company.
Yeah.
I really don't think that there's necessarily going to be a change in what happens until it starts in the home. Yeah. Like the music that's being projected and everything that you see, whether it's reality TV and all that type of stuff, it has to start somewhere. And it does start at home.
One thing that I see at my shop is a lot of failing relationships. And a lot of people treating their spouse and their loved ones like a rap artist.
Right.
You know? And I don't know, it's just a bad thing to do.
The thing is the perception that is around us, truth be told, you're saying separate that from reality, but the truth be told, that is the reality. So until we actually change the reality of the situation, the music, what's being portrayed on the media, in the music, it's not gonna change.
I feel
but that's not our only reality, though.
Right.
It's not. And that's what I want to say is because I think I was raised in a condition where I heard some of those things. I didn't necessarily hear my father say that to my mom. I heard him say it to other females, but not my mom. True. You know, I've seen my brother say it to other women, but not the woman that he's with now. And so, like, as far as I'm concerned, like, my children don't know that. I knew it, but my kids don't, because I made a decision to not shelter them from that, but to show them a different type of reality. I don't think that black people just have to have the project mentality. We just have to have one style of thinking, because when you think of a black person, you don't want to think of it just being one-sided, because I'm making sacrifices in my life so that my kids don't have to. I'm not saying that the lifestyles that they choose or choices they make, they don't go to certain places. But I do believe that there's more than one reality, and I think that we need to stop making excuses as to why we are where we are and start making a difference and a change. Man, I'm determined. Like, I mean, I support artists and different people like that, but it's like, I don't know about this song, so I'll download these 3 of your songs, but I'm not downloading that because I don't relate to that. So we have to start determining, and so if their ratings go up on these particular songs, then automatically, okay, well, I need to do more of this or more of that. And I think that if we start identifying with a more positive side of our culture, then we'll start projecting that more among our kids.
I think to go with that, I think we should also accept the reality. Like a lot of relationships that I see, a lot of relationships end through my shot that I see through disappointment. Like a lot of people wondering where the beings at, why we don't have a 4-story home, why we don't have a butler chauffeur. Okay, that's a video. That's right. And in the reality of the world, I'm rich. I'm rich right now, but I ain't got but maybe $2,000 or $3,000 in the bank. But my bills paid and I live good. I feel like I'm rich. But some people are not gonna accept that because I don't have the Mercedes.
Where you roll it? You feel me? Where you change it?
You see what I'm saying?
Leave them where they is.
And so until we can just accept our reality of our true riches, that's when we can make the change.
Yeah, it's all choices.
And it's really
at the end of the day, y'all just
self-love.
Jill Scott.
Because we became more about, like, we're into material.
I might play Jill.
Say that again, Visa.
I said they was just singing Jill Scott just a few minutes ago, but when they go back to the car, they gonna listen to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So it's a choice. It's all y'all choice.
It's just like the duality.
Hey, it's just like trying to eat healthy. We done got addicted to the sugar. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to, it's easy to say it, but like at the end of the day, sad to say, we got more bad music out, but out of that bad music, it sound better than the few good songs we do got. And we only got a few artists that's going to give you a message.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
I'm going to play. And if you notice, I'm trying to tell you, it's set up that way.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with that one because we get caught up. It's kind of like, okay, like a praise and worship. Everybody's like, okay, I like my worship to be one way or I like my sandwich to be one way. But if you don't try something else, you don't know it. So I listen to a variety of music and there are good rappers. There are good. I don't care for country, y'all. I hadn't got country yet. I'm not there. I like but there's millions of songs out there and artists, and music can be contorted and molded and mixed and spun. So to say that there's more bad than good, I have to be more optimistic for our culture and for our people to know that there's so much more out there than we're giving us. But we have to be the pioneer to say, hey, check out this music real quick. I will send somebody and be like, hey, check this song out. You might not like it at first, but just listen to the lyrics. It's been amazing to hang out with you guys today on the craft. You know, I'm glad y'all came out to hang out with us today. And we hope you guys check us out next week. And remember to trust your craft enough to study it, love it, prepare it, and breathe it.
Hey, sway. Yeah, I was downtown gliding, hit the sport, and now I'm really sliding.